Hello, everyone. This is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 50 and winding down December. Today is December 10th. So, as always, our disclosures understand that this is for educational purposes and I'm not giving any investment advice. Not any information is tailored to any one individual, and everybody must understand their time horizon. Past performance does not guarantee future success, and all investment involves risk, including the loss of initial principal. As always, I'll be covering the same agenda. I'll be covering the news and market overview. As you can see, we are winding down on earnings. We only have 94 companies reporting this week. And I'll cover the main stocks and the Magnificent Seven. Following our last week's results, 24 zones were provided. Stocks, we went 2-0, options 3-0. No entry zones was 12 zones, and 3 zones actually closed in to the zones on yesterday. I'm sorry, on Friday. Here's what this week's earnings are looking for. I'll be providing, as usual, I won't be covering every company. You can do that on your own. However, for the zones that I think that will probably hit or companies that'll probably have some action, I'll provide those zones for you this week. I went ahead and added our two opportunities that hit this past week for week 49 on stocks. They were AZO, AutoZone, and Microsoft, and those were the opportunities, and I added those to the tracker. And in options, we had 3 opportunities. You could have took AutoZone, Lulu, and Microsoft, and Lulu was a earnings play. All right, now getting into the chart, starting with the SPX, also known as the S&P 500. As you can see, we've been consolidating for quite some time now, and the S&P is looking to break out. So for supply, we've breached this last level that I have, so I'm moving the level for supply from to 46.55.47 to 47.49.31. And on the demand side, we got 43.90.74 to 43.44. Moving on to the NASDAQ. So for the NASDAQ, we've already breached that area that we breached in the S&P 500, and we've been going sideways for quite some time now, and it's looking to break out. We got a little bit more room to the upside, so that level for you on supply is going to be 16,255 to 16,606 on the supply side. And on the demand side, we got 15,349 to 15,064. Moving on to the for the Dow, you can see we've been moving sideways as well, looking to break out. The last supply before we hit all-time highs is 366.46 to 369.56. And on the demand side, we got 341.62 to 338.61. For those of you who are my more aggressive traders, you got another level right here at 352 to 348. Moving on to the small caps. As you can see, our zone was finally violated that we previously had, so I've moved the zone supply up to 1918 to 1953. And on the demand side, we got 1806 to 1766, and that's going to do it for our major indices. Now, moving into earnings for the week, starting with Monday after market. So Oracle on the demand side, you got 102.40 to 99.85, and understand we got another level right beneath it at 98.35 to 95.99. So the top level will be a little bit more aggressive, and the bottom level obviously be conservative. Down on the supply level, we got 125.36 to 127.62. Casey's another reporting earnings on Monday as well. For demand, you got 243.73 to 238.32. And this is all-time high, so I'm not going to say we have any supply. So once again, that's 243 to 238 on the demand side. Gives me flashbacks of riding the bus in the Marine Corps. On the supply side, you got 24.77 to 27.25, and on the demand side, we got 13.91 to 13.26. Moving on to Tuesday for earnings. JCI, you can see that this level is already holding, but we have another level on right on top of it for the supply side. So just understand and be cautious that this is reporting on earnings on Tuesday before the market. So this level is 56.42 to 58.09, and then you have another level right on top of it at 58.41 to 60.46. So be cognizant on earnings on Tuesday, and then and that's for your supply. On the demand side, we got 51.33 to $50.02. Just make that $50 even. Moving on to Wednesday. You got phototronics. On the demand side, you got 1755 to 1652, and on the supply side, you got 2351 to 2431. Wednesday after market. So Adobe, just understand that this level has worked, but however, this is the level that's holding Adobe down. So that's going to be 614.90 to 635.91 on the supply side, and you got 510.31 to 499.23 on the demand side. Understand that this level has worked numerous times and is currently the floor. Next company is Nordstrom, also reporting on Wednesday afternoon. For the demand, I got 225.12 to 219.48. And on the supply side, I got 253.57 to 258.83. Moving on to Thursday. So Costco is pretty much at all-time highs. 613.61 is the all-time high. So there is no supply in Costco. So the first demand level I have for you is 573.29 to 562.29. Also at all-time highs here in California. They're building and just keep building. So I'm not shocked that this company's doing well. And for the demand, you got 122.89 to 116.63. On the demand side, you got 27.43 by 24.52, and on the supply side, you got 45.68 to 48.37. Also reporting on Thursday. Moving on to Friday. So for Friday, on the supply side, we got 167.36 and 173.06, 173.06, and on the demand side, we got 142.43 to 139.32, and that's for Darden restaurants. That's gonna do it for earnings. Moving on to our FANG stocks, starting off with Meta. Our levels have not changed. As you can see, this level is the same level that's been holding for us. Try to pull out of there, and last week after the jobs report, took a stab right back at it. However, this level is still valid. We got 355.18 to 352.16 on the supply side, and on the demand side, still same level, 275.79 to 268.64. Apple's next. Apple is $2 away from its all-time high, so I'm gonna sit here and say that we do not have supply in Apple. I mean, we do. If it breaches this 198, you can play that level. However, there's nothing stopping this from either reaching its all-time high again or um, breaking the all-time high and reversing. So we'll see what happens with Apple. But for right now, the better play is to play the demand side, and we got 183.16 to 181.57 for my aggressive traders, and you got another level here at 177.63 to 173.45 for my less aggressive and more conservative traders. Moving on to Netflix. As you can see, our level here held the 469.82 to 485.36. Now that this level has worked, this is an aggressive level if you elect to take it again. However, for those who already traded this level is, I'm gonna constituted as being gone. And the next level we have is 506.96 to 527.91 on the supply side. And on the demand side, you got 439.77 to 428.75. Levels have not changed in Google. They've been the same quite some time now. On the supply side, you got 141.66 to 145.15. And on the demand side, you got 122.83 to 118.17. That's going to do it for our Mang stocks. Now, continuing to cover the Magnificent Seven. Start with Amazon. So Amazon, this level is still holding. You got 149.35 to 170.53. Understand that this is a large level. And as you can see, we've been consolidating and Amazon has not been able to get up to this level. And for the demand side, you got 118.59 to 113.70. Next, moving on to Tesla. So as you can see, once again, this level held for us and it worked, and I'm going to constitute this level as I'm going to leave it here till it gets breached. However, don't suggest taking this level again on the supply side. So the next supply side we got, it's what I reported last week, 289.16 to 299.89 on the supply side, and on the demand side we got 193.47 to 177.36. So Tesla moving in a direction, and it's right in the middle. Microsoft, our level from last week actually worked. You can see we hit this level on Tuesday and took off. So on Microsoft, again, I'm going to say we have no supply. All-time highs is 384.30. Um, you can understand if you decide to take this level again, just understand that this level has already worked. So for my aggressive traders, once again, you can take the 363.81, 357.57. If we happen to breach that, just understand the next level I have for you on Microsoft is 339.33 to 331.93. And finally, we have NVIDIA. And we got a tight range. As you can see, we got a tight range in NVIDIA. Have this level holding. We closed in on Friday. So you got the 473.94 to 489.30 on the supply side. And on the demand side, we got 439.48 to 429.04. And that's going to do it for the charts for us this week. So moving on into our news this week. I know I went a little bit backwards this week. However, I didn't forget. Here we go. On Monday, we have nothing affecting the U.S. markets. For those of you who are trading Australian dollar, just understand you had a report coming out in the afternoon at 2:20 p.m. And then you got the British pound being affected after hours at 11 p.m. Moving on to Tuesday, we got the core CPI reports pre-market. So be cognizant of that. See how the market moves and see how that affects the open. Moving on to Wednesday, we got another core PPI report pre-market, and we got an FOMC statement and the Fed funds rate. So that'll affect the market midday. So be aware of your trades and the market experiencing some volatility Wednesday morning throughout the mid-morning. Moving on to Thursday, we got our retail sales report pre-market. So pay attention to the market at the open. Could have some extra volatility, and we have unemployment claims as well pre-market. And then moving on to Friday, have nothing up right at 15 minutes after the open. We have our flash PMI report in manufacturing services. So be aware of that. And just understand that in the evening, the euro will be affected as well as the British pound for those of you who trade the Forex market. That's going to do it for us for news for the week. So understand that those are going to be the periods of volatility and be mindful of that as you place your trades and you get in and out of your positions. As always, here's my contact information. Again, my name is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading. Feel free to check out the website for upcoming courses. If you have any questions or would like me to add any other markets, feel free to email me. Follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, in order to see trade updates throughout the week. And please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button so that I continue providing this plan of the week for you. Until next time, have a great week. Let's close the year strong. Happy trading and have a safe plan.